Hello, what's good? Welcome to Planet Mush. My name is Miss Lydia, and today I just want to introduce you guys briefly to my heart, my soul, and my very unfinished media log slash commonplace book. Yes, so this is a 2025 hobonichi weeks. Let's see if I can avoid the light there. Yes, it's a spring start. Very pretty cover. I knew that I needed it as soon as I saw it, and so I picked her up. And a few accessories here. I've got a little cat charm. Hello. And a little yellow ribbon that I got from a random order. I think it was a jewelry order to tie it together. And I work in this in the Muji Gel Ink Ballpoint pen. So yeah, just a little bit of the specs. Let me introduce you to the book. This is my dashboard. You could think of it as just some pretty decorations and a very important cat sticker. And yeah, I'm not really using these tracker pages for anything, but I have monthlies and this is how she's come out so far. So the last monthly that I've done has been September, and it is currently February, what's today? February 14th. It's Valentine's Day. And so, yeah, I don't have anything for October or November or December or January. Wow, that's really out of hand. So, yeah, this is a spring start. So it started in March. I believe I started using this book sometime in April, maybe. And for some reason, I just really started on the back foot. I have always kind of been behind, and I've always kind of been backlogging. And it's really, really sad. I'm really devastated by this fact because I've done so much in this, but I am so far behind, and I fear I will never be able to catch up. And it is about that time for another spring start. I've got a couple weeks away. And yes, I have ordered another book already. So I will be moving on from this no matter what. But it will be very unfinished. And I'm very sad about it. But it's okay. This was kind of an experiment, and perhaps you think that I'm a little ridiculous for buying another book after not finishing it, but to be honest, this brings me joy in itself. And since I kind of started behind, I've always kind of been backlogging this. I don't think I did start this in April. Maybe a little after, I'm not sure. But I've always been kind of backlogging, and so I'm pretty sure if I just stick to a weekly consistent routine of working in this, then I will be able to complete my next book. So that's the goal. And so let me describe a little bit of what I mean by media journal slash media log slash commonplace journal. This is pretty much my media journal. I love watching TV, I love reading, and I love thinking about media. And I love commonplacing, and a lot of the places that I commonplace from are pretty much primarily the media that I consume. And so I just decided to merge the two after some experimenting. I used to have an original commonplace book and then a separate media log, but after a couple of years of this, I have realized it's probably just the best for me to combine this. So I use my weeklies. Here's an example of a spread, and I will zoom in a little. Yes. So I use my weeklies to log the media. So between books, fanfic, manga, TV, movies, or podcasts, and then I log it all here, and it's denoted by color. And then on the right, this is usually my commonplace spread, where I just put down quotes from things that I heard that week or maybe the past couple of weeks, and I like to make it a bit of a collage-y spread, or something a bit more artistic, something for me to just express like my creative freedom. And I'm no artist by any means, so this is just pure play. And I actually don't like this spread, so that's funny. But yeah, this is just how some of them have come out. So this is an example of how I like to make my spreads. Just a quote from the Amazing Digital Circus that I found really funny. And then a sticker. This was a sticker that I got from the Biloxi Anime Con. And I feel comfortable saying that because I am no longer in Biloxi. But yeah. Oh, and I hit the camera. That's great. But here's a little Polaroid picture of me and my friends, and a sticker that I made, and then in a sticker game, I forgot what it was called. I think it was something like Etsy Sticker Shop or something like that. And this is a picture of me and Nami cosplay. I'll put it up here, who I was trying to mimic. So yes, like, kind of a delightful spread for the memories. I do think that this came out a little ugly, but I love her, you know, I love her for who she is. So that's kind of how I like to approach these. On the side here, what did I do? A little quote from a fanfic that I was reading. So just a bit of a hodgepodge of things in my weeklies. And then I have most of my commonplacing in the notes. Or, well, all of this is kind of commonplacing. But I have just more commonplacing in my notes. And reviews on the things that I'm watching, and lots of quotes from the Hunger Games series that I was tackling this year. Yes, and that's pretty much where I left it off with my notes page which is really sad. I only got 20 pages in. So, all this to say, she brings me a lot of joy, but she's very unfinished, and at this point, I've got some blocks of time that I just genuinely, like, lost. Like, so a couple of months, there have been, like, periods of time where I've just stopped tracking in general. Probably because I just was feeling kind of listless, or, I don't know, you know, I was feeling kind of weird and off. And so, many times this year, I've actually had to, like, go out of my way to remember everything that I was consuming, like going through my history and stuff like that to try to find, but it takes so much time, and so I'm just kind of exhausted by it all, and I've just decided to, like, make my peace with some of the periods of time that I've lost. So in December, I think I'm just gonna leave December blank, and I have been tracking since a little bit in January all the way to now. So yes, these are things that I have needed to make peace with. And I also think I will need to make peace with the fact that I won't really be able to decorate spreads. I will probably just try to backlog for now, and then maybe do February and make February pretty, and then call it a day. So yes, this is a very unfinished book. Another really ugly spread that I kind of adore. I don't know, you know, I don't think that this will be a place for journal spread inspo very clearly, but yeah, I just feel like I want to talk about my journals anyway. But yeah, I know I said I wasn't going to do a tour or a flip through, so this isn't really one. I just like flipping through the pages when I'm, like, looking at it. But yeah, so right now I'm going to focus on backlogging what I can, and then decorating February, and then also maybe doing my best to fix up the monthlies. And then I will probably call her done. So yes, this is my 2025. I call her Mary Jane because it has the initials of MJ. I do think that I will call my next media journal, like my next Hobonichi Weeks, Mary Jane as well. So that's kind of awkward for her. Like there will be an infinity number of Mary Janes in my life. We don't need to think about that too hard. But yeah, this is just a little brief look into my world. I do have somewhere to be in like 10 minutes. So that's super funny. I won't even be able to start backlogging right now. But yes, this is what I will be working on for this weekend.